Hey lovelies, you're welcome back to the channel. This is Beginner Series with Sila. In my last video, I showed you how to draft a fitted skirt with dart. So today's video is a follow-up where I'll be teaching you how to sew the skirt step by step. The sewing technique I'm about to show you is fast, less time consuming, and very cost effective while still giving you that clean and professional finish. Well, if this is something you'd love to learn, keep on watching. To transfer the waist dart onto the lining, place tiny notches at each end of the dart leg like so. Next, I'm going to go in with a pin and pierce through the dart point until it pierces through my fabric. And the point where it pierces through the fabric, I'm going to alight with my pen. Now, this is how your notches should look like. You just want tiny snip. You don't want anything too much. Now, this is the dart point. I'm going to connect this point to those 3 notches to form the dart. By the way, I later went back in to use my pencil to redraw the dart because I want the dart line to be visible on my fabric even after ironing, but chalk will not be visible after ironing, so take note of that. The sewing technique I'm about to show you requires you use at least 1¼ inches as your side seam allowance. But when I was drafting this skirt, I used 1 inch as my side seam allowance. Now I'm going to increase that 1 inch to 1¼ inches, okay? By the way, you can use as much as 2 inches as your side seam allowance. But because I don't want my side seam allowance to be bulky, that is why I'm going for 1¼ inches. Now, out of this 1¼ inches, 1/4 of an inch is to seal up the raw edge of the fabric, while the remaining 1 inch is to join the front and the back together at the side seam. So I've adjusted my side seam allowance to 1¼ inches, and then I've transferred the pattern for both the front and back onto my lining as well as my fashion fabric. So the lining and the fashion fabric is cut out exactly the same. So this is the front and we have the back. So remember, the front you cut it on fold, while the back you cut out 2 pieces, okay? At this point, you want to indicate the center back of the skirt and also indicate the side back of the skirt, especially on the back, because they both have curves on both the center back and on the side. So make sure you indicate so you don't get it all mixed up. Now separate the lining from the fashion fabric and then reduce the length of the lining of both the front and the back by 2 inches. And then trim off that portion. Now for the next step, open up the front part of the skirt and then take the lining and join both pieces together, right side of lining facing right side of fabric. So you want to join both pieces together at the hem with 1/4 of an inch seam allowance. After sewing, you should have something like this. Now press the seam allowance toward the lining and repeat the same for the back of the skirt. So now I've sewn the back of the skirt. I'm going to press that seam allowance toward the lining. Next, I'm going to flip it to the right side and also give it a good press. Now along the seam line, which is this line here, this joining here, measure towards the fashion fabric 1 inch and draw a straight line. Now notch both ends of the straight line like so. You also want to repeat this process on the front part of the skirt. Whatever I did now, do it on the front. Now with the notches as your guide, carefully fold along this line and then give it a good press. Now you want to carefully arrange the lining on top of the fashion fabric, making sure it lays flat and nice, and then press again. Now turn it to the right side and then arrange the fabric on top of the lining, give it a good press. Now if there is any excess around the perimeter of the skirt, make sure you trim off those excess. Now we're going to join both the lining and the fashion fabric together at the waistline. Now flip the skirt so that the right side of the fashion fabric faces the right side of the lining. Now pin both pieces together at the waistline and then take this to your sewing machine and sew with 1/2 inch seam allowance. The next step is to pin both lining and fashion fabric together at the side seam. So remember this notch we made at the hem? You want to fold along this notch and hold both pieces together at this point and pin in place. Now go to the waistline and fold the seam allowance toward the lining and pin in place. Now arrange the fashion fabric and the lining together. Both pieces must be equal. Now you want to start pinning from the waist all the way to the hem. And then you're going to take this to your sewing machine and sew with 1/4 inch. Repeat the same process for the center back. Now at the side seam, you need to leave 3 inches opening because you need this opening to be able to turn the skirt to the right side. Now remember, everything I'm doing on this part of the skirt, I'm going to do for the rest part of the skirt. So I'm just using this one piece to show you what you need to do for the other part of the skirt. Now, carefully turn the skirt to the right side. Bring out all the edges. Push out all the seam and then give it a good press until everything lays flat and relaxed. Now that I'm done with this part of the skirt, I'll repeat this entire process for the other side of the back and also for the front. The next step is to sew my dart. So we are sewing the dart by holding the lining and the fashion fabric together. Now I'm going to mark my dart onto the front part of the skirt. It's very easy to mark the dart on the front part of the skirt. Just place the skirt on fold and then measure in from the center front, your nip to nip measurement divided by 2, and then square down a vertical line. Now the length of my dart from the waistline down is 5 inches, while the width of my dart is 1 inch. So I'm going to mark 1/2 inch on both sides of the vertical line. And then connect these 3 points together to form the waist dart. I'll turn it to the other side and repeat the same process. We already have the dart marked onto the back of the skirt. So you want to hold the dart like this. So you are holding fabric and lining together along that center dart line, and then you're going to sew the dart. The next step is to join the 2 back pieces together. So bring both pieces and join them together at the center back. But before then, you need to mark where your zipper ends and where your slit starts. So measure down from the waistline, the distance from your waist to your knee. Mine is 24 inches. Now from this point, go upward between 6 to 8 inches. So I'm going upward by 7 inches. Okay, now from the waistline, I'm going to measure down 9.5 inches. So this is the position where my zipper ends. So now I'm going to mark my seam allowance from where the zipper ends to where the slit starts. Now I'm going to take this to the sewing machine and join both pieces together. The next step is to join the front and the back together. So bring in the front and place it on the back, right side facing right side. Once this is done, you want to mark out your seam allowance. So the seam allowance that is left after sealing the edge of the fabric is 1 inch. So I'll start marking my 1 inch all the way from the waistline down to the hem and repeat it on the other side. Once this is done, you want to take this to your sewing machine and sew. Now the next step is to seal up the slit. So I did this off camera before, so I'm just going to undo it and show you how it's done. So just simply fold in your center back allowance of 1 inch, because after sealing the edge we have 1 inch. So I'm going to fold in 1 inch of the slit and then bring in my hemming gun, place it in between, and then you want to go in with your iron and give this a good press until the hemming gum melts into your fabric. So we're done with the slit, and you can see how neat the slit looks. Now the final step is to fix in the zipper. So carefully pin your zipper to the seam allowance and then sew. And yeah, guys, this brings us to the end of this video. You can see how beautiful and neat this technique looks. One thing I really love about this technique is that you can easily make any adjustments if need be. Like you have access to the seam, unlike the inseam technique. This one, all your seams are out. So if there is any need for adjustment, you can just go in straight ahead and fix it. And also, if you do not have like an overlocker and you do not want to do the inseam technique, then you can also use this technique to seal up the raw edge of your fabric. But you have to be accurate with your seam allowance when doing that. Well, I hope you found this one helpful. If you did, remember to leave a comment for me, like this video, subscribe to my channel, guys, if you haven't yet subscribed, and also click on the notification bell so you do not miss out on my next video. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you on my next one. Till then, keep creating and have a lovely day. Bye-bye.